All right, hello everyone. Come on in and be sure to hit that like and share button. Okay, as you do, now I have some interesting information on the Shanquella Robinson debacle because, as you may recall, months ago, her family filed a wrongful death lawsuit. Okay, and so now it looks like the group deemed the Cabo Six are trying to get it dismissed. Okay, they're trying to get the lawsuit dismissed. Now, the family of Shanquella Robinson has responded to a dismissal motion from two defendants named in her wrongful death case, who argued the case should be tried in Mexico rather than California. Elise Hyatt and Winter Donovan, two of the six people nicknamed the Cabo Six in court documents, contend that Mexico is a more appropriate venue since the alleged attack occurred there. Now, in their February motion, they claim Mexican witnesses would be difficult to bring to North Carolina and that Mexican courts would better understand the applicable laws. Let me tell you what this is all about. This isn't about the fact that they just wanted to be held in Mexico because of the laws, okay, or about the witnesses, because who were the witnesses besides them? The other people who came, like the doctors and the other people that came into the room, this was after Shanquella was already injured, okay, and dead. Now, with that all being said, the real reason, in my opinion, that they want the case to be tried in Mexico is because they know darn well Shanquella's family is not going to want to have to go to Mexico for the duration of the trial. Okay, that would be an inconvenience to them, that would cost them money and all of that. And then, of course, they would have to have legal counsel from Mexico. Okay, so they know exactly what they're up to. Okay, please pay attention. Now, the plaintiff, Salamandra Robinson, who's the mother of Shanquella, filed a response on March the 7th, arguing that North Carolina is the proper venue as all parties are American citizens and key evidence is located in the United States. Now, Robinson was a 25-year-old Charlotte woman who died in October 2022 while on vacation in Cabo, St. Lucas, with six acquaintances. Her death certificate cited a severe spinal cord injury and a broken neck. Now, mind you, there was a video that came out for those of you who missed it, who clearly must have been living under a rock. Of course, there was a video that came out with one of the so-called friends attacking and beating Shanquella. Okay, and this is obviously how she got those injuries, but the six so-called friends lied to her family initially, saying that she had passed away of alcohol poisoning. At one point, they said she fell and hit her head on the toilet. They told a myriad of stories, none of which were actually true. Okay, and this is why they were hit with the wrongful death lawsuit. Okay, and also the family blames the FBI for not even pressing charges, because why wouldn't they? Now, a fourth person who was on the trip to Mexico with Shanquella when she died has now filed a motion in federal court as well, seeking the Robinson family's lawsuit to be dismissed. Okay, now these people want no culpability. They've not shown empathy, sympathy, remorse to the family. Even if they didn't admit that they did anything, they could have at least shown that they were sad or had some sort of sympathy because Shanquella passed away. But they just came back to the U.S. and moved on with their lives. And one of them has even changed her name and moved to a different state. Okay, so anyway, a video surfaced of her being attacked, but the FBI declined charges. Now, like the dismissal request by Elise Hyatt and Winter Donovan, Cook's argument for dismissal is that he is a bystander and there's no allegation that defendant Cook participated in the fight or touched anyone. Well, he may not have touched anyone, but if he was there when it all went down, isn't he a party to the crime? Okay. And didn't he, in fact, help cover it up by the lies that they all told? But let's continue. Now, Cook's dismissal request also says the lawsuit should be heard in Mexico since a substantial part of plaintiff's claims occurred there. You see, they all want to have this tried in Mexico. That's what they all are hoping for, because they feel like the family will just let it go. If it's deemed that this is out of the jurisdiction in the United States and it has to be tried in Mexico, you know, they feel like the family will likely drop the whole thing. That's what I believe. Now, numerous important witnesses reside in Mexico who possess relevant information regarding the plaintiff's claims, and Mr. Cook's defense is to those claims. Those witnesses include medical personnel who treated Ms. Robinson and were in the hotel room prior to and shortly after her death. Hotel personnel may also have potentially relevant information, okay, according to the court document. Moreover, critical witnesses include Mexican law enforcement who responded to the scene, as well as the coroner's office, who forensically examined Ms. Robinson's body and opined on her cause of death. All of these witnesses would likely be an essential part of any trial of this action. Let me tell y'all something. Do you really think they want these people to be given information? Okay, do you think they really want these people to be talking about what happened? Of course they don't. Okay, because either way, it's not going to look good for them. None of these people can say anything that's going to help to benefit their case. None of them. Not the coroner, not the doctor who came to the scene. None of them could say anything that's possibly going to help them. So there's only one reason, like I said, that they want to have this thing moved to Mexico. So anyway, no one is facing criminal charges over Shanquella Robinson's death, sadly. In addition to Cook, Hyatt, and Donovan, Malik Dyer is seeking the lawsuit dismissed as well. Two other travel mates, including the person who allegedly attacked Robinson, have not yet responded. The travel group has been dubbed the Cabo Six. Okay, and a judge will determine the lawsuit's future at a later date. So, I just find it all very interesting. I'm going to go to this video. Everyone, please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so we can see this update.
It's a years-long quest for more information in the case of Shanquella Robinson. She died mysteriously while on a trip to Mexico. The people she traveled with claim that she died of alcohol poisoning, but Shanquella's family believes there is so much more to this story. Channel 9's Joe Bruno has been pushing the FBI for more information for years now, and he is joining us live with what he's uncovered. Joe?
Well, this is an incomplete file. It does not reflect the FBI's thinking, just what was reported to federal agents. I've been seeking these FBI files since October 2023, and the FBI just released the first two part of them. We now have a little more insight into how agents investigated the death of Shanquella Robinson.
Shanquella Robinson went to Cabo in 2022 with 6 people she considered friends. She never returned home. For years, I've been trying to figure out why. Her father says her travel mates told him she died of alcohol poisoning. An autopsy in Mexico claims she died of neck and spinal cord injuries. This video also surfaced of Shanquella being attacked by someone on the trip. About a month after she died, FBI records show they spoke to a redacted person who referenced that fight and said they aren't sure what happened. But the unknown person claims Shanquella's friend said she was drinking and hit her head on the toilet. The documents say the person also told investigators they saw pictures of Shanquella's body and said there are bruises on her and she looks like she was stomped on. The person also believed there were cameras in the house. A lot of the information is still being protected by the FBI and was redacted in these files. That includes interviews with people who said they have information about the case and social media accounts associated with her travel mates. The FBI kept track of all of their socials from Dropbox to Twitter. FBI files say agents searched Shanquella's phone. What they found is redacted. The files also state in November 2022, authorities in Mexico told the FBI they needed to interview someone on the trip so they could get a temporary detention order. Mexican prosecutors eventually would issue an arrest warrant, but no one was ever extradited. The Robinson family is suing all of the travel mates, including the person they say is seen hitting Shanquella. Court records show she changed her name and now lives in Connecticut.
No charges have ever been filed by U.S. authorities. 3 of the travel mates and the Department of Justice are asking for the Robinson family's lawsuit to be dismissed. A federal judge will make that determination in the coming months. Live in North Charlotte, Joe Bruno, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
We know you'll keep pushing for answers, and of course, so will her family. Joe, thank you. In a statement after she declined to bring charges, the former U.S. Attorney Dana King said the government is prepared to review and examine any new information related to this case should it become available.
Okay, well, this whole thing is so crazy as far as I'm concerned. Because for one, The fact that the FBI has been so closed mouth about some of the information is just crazy to me. And the fact that they refuse to file any type of charges against these people who are clearly the only suspects. And then, like I was saying, Dejanay Jackson, the one who was seen actually in the video fighting Shanquella, is the one who changed her name. Okay. She changed her name and got the hell up out of there and moved to Connecticut. I find it all very interesting. And so they say a new detail that has recently surfaced in the case is the name change of Dejanay Jackson, the woman who appeared in the video attacking Shanquella. Court documents from the Guilford Clerk of Superior Court show that on June the 5th of 2023, Jackson filed a petition to legally change her name. The documents reveal she requested the alias Imani Green. Okay, while the legal paperwork does not provide insight into her motives, I'm sure we can just pretty much guess what the motives are. Okay, it's not hard, doesn't take rocket science. Now, the timing has raised questions among Shanquella supporters, many of whom see the name change as an attempt to distance herself from the controversy surrounding Robinson's death. Well, of course, that's what she's trying to do. Now, the revelation has reignited conversations about the case and has led to calls for further investigation. Shanquella's family and advocates are continuing their push for justice, as many feel the circumstances around her death have not been fully addressed. Okay, so this is really sad that this young woman lost her life. No one ever paid the price for it. No one got any type of consequences. And then her friends, even though they're being sued by the family for wrongful death, well, they're likely broke, okay, because they were broke when they went to Cabo, right? That's why Shanquella was footing most of the bill. But the bottom line is, whether they're broke or not, any future earnings that they could come into, anything like that, the family could be awarded those earnings if they win the wrongful death lawsuit. But they're all trying to get out of it, okay? They're all trying to get the lawsuit dismissed or have it tried in Mexico, which is absolutely asinine. Now, mind you, a U.S. attorney can actually practice law in Mexico, but here's the problem. They need to obtain a full license to practice law in that jurisdiction, okay? They can't just go and file a pro hoc vice like they can do here in the United States, because there's no provision for foreign attorneys to obtain a limited license so to offer advisory services in foreign and international law in Mexico. Okay, so with that all being said, they would either have to be fully licensed to practice in that jurisdiction, or they would have to get, another Mexican lawyer that they would have to work through. Okay, they'd have to get a Mexican counterpart to work with them. So it really doesn't make sense for the family to have to go through all of that and have the entire case tried in Mexico. They're trying to make the argument that these people that were in Mexico who could be potential witnesses for the case, that it would be difficult for them to come to the U.S. to testify. How do they know that? How do they know how difficult it would be for these people? And why, furthermore, why would they care? They should only be concerned about themselves. But, like I said, they have ulterior motives as to why they want this case tried in Mexico. Okay, so please pay attention. So anyway, with that all being said, this is really sad and disheartening. And the fact that her family has for all these years not gotten any justice, okay, not gotten to the truth of the matter of why her friends did this, clearly because they were jealous, okay, clearly haters, fake friends. But at the end of the day, they need to pay for what they did. Okay, they need to pay for what they did. So anyway, you all drop me a comment to let me know what you think about it. And until next time, beloveds, I will talk to you all again soon. Peace.